a house, when you have 100 rand in your pocket, come and kneel down. The Lord needs it. If you have it in your pocket, in your card, even if it's the last one, take the word of the prophet and come and kneel down.
Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. Yet again on the other episode of the Prophetic. There's something I want to tell you about the Prophetic. Something that is so obvious, but because believers are believers, they choose to be ignorant of it. Any shrine that is being administered in the name of the Prophetic, it's only after one thing. And that one thing is your money. These are money heist institutions. They are more like pyramid schemes. But the only difference with this nature of pyramid schemes is that there is only one person at the top who ends up benefiting, who ends up living the life that all of you desire. You all have the same desires and all aspirations and all the same wishes. That is to live a luxurious life. That's the reason why you are giving to this particular man who's on the top of the channel, who happens to be your prophet. It's just that this one is a con man. This one is smarter than all of you. So he comes with a promise of fulfilling all your desires and all your aspirations. In exchange, what you do is to give him the little pennies that you have put together, and then you give it to him. What he does with those little pennies that he has gathered, that he has put together, he will live the lives that all of you will never live. That's where the criminology, that's where the con artistry is all centered around. There is nothing of God in the prophetic ministry. Nothing whatsoever. If you have ever attended a prophetic ministry, I know you can second me on this one, that there is no single service that goes to an end without the pronouncement or without the announcement of you having to give your seed and to give your tithe or to come and give offerings. In a single service, you can do 5 offerings. Each and every offering is in its own category. And in most cases, if the collections are not enough for him, they ended up coming up with anointed materials. And all this is not because of your soul. They are not after your soul. They're not trying to uplift you spiritually. The only thing that they want is your money. If you take money out of the equation, believe you me, there will be no any prophetic shrine that will ever stand, that will ever exist. So in this awareness that we are doing of pulling down the prophetic, the diabolic ministry that they've stage managed on their own, that they have orchestrated on their own, is to just cut your financial contributions to these shrines. I don't want you people to get me wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with partnering with a ministry. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being a financial supporter to a ministry, as long as in that ministry you're being uplifted spiritually. The problem is, the reason why you are partnering with these shrines is because they have promised you something that you probably don't have control over. Because the biggest challenge that we have as human beings, the biggest question that is there, that all these religions are trying to answer, is the power to overcome circumstances. Your biggest challenge, our biggest challenge as humans, is the lack of the power to overcome circumstances. Everyone that attends a prophetic shrine, the only thing that they are seeking, the only answer that they are seeking to their problems is how can they solve certain things that they don't have control over. Most of them, they are having health problems. Most of them, they are having financial problems. Most of them, they are having marriage problems. Most of them, they are having natural problems, which are just natural, but because they think they are so different from other challenges that everyone else is going through, they think they can seek spiritual guidance from some people that claim to be having some sort of supernatural authority. Yet those people that they are seeking the solutions to their problems, they are also in a very, very deep mess. And they don't even have an idea on how they can solve their own problems. So the biggest question now is, how do you acquire the power to overcome the circumstances that you do not have control over? People, this is very simple. That constitution called the Bible, most of you take it for granted, but that's where all your answers are. Your answers will never be brought forward by a charlatan that is running a shrine in the name of a prophet. Believe you me. Some of you, you have actually, proof of precedent that nothing has changed. Some of you, you have been sick when you joined these shrines. Up to now, you're still sick. The only thing that has happened was a financial transaction, and you did not retain any value for the financial contributions that you have made thus far. Prayer is the ultimate answer in understanding the codes, ethics, and principles by which you should live as a believer, as a disciple of Jesus Christ. The Bible is the manual to life. There is nothing that can ever come together or work together for your life if you do not know the principles enshrined in the holy constitution of God, which is the Bible. That book will guide you. That book will direct you. That book will protect you. That book will enlighten you. That book will give you the direct course upon which you must embark on for you to achieve or for you to have any power over any circumstance that you probably have. African people, we believe we are cursed. We think we are cursed. We all come from these backgrounds where we are told they are witches, they are evil spirits, there's this and this and that. I do not mean to dispute that. But all that is psychological and all that it has done to you is to make you believe that you also need someone that is spiritually inclined to get you out of the mess that you're currently going through. The reason why you're not married is probably because you have not gone out, you have not yet met the one that you're supposed to meet that is supposed to marry you. It has nothing to do with the spirits that are coming from your village. The reason why you don't have a job right now is probably because you have not yet put your CVs in the right places where they can take you for employment. That could be the only reason. It has nothing to do with your great-grandfathers or any spiritual, rituals that are being done in your village. We have grown up hating our grandfathers, our grandparents, our, grand uncles, because we've been told by tradition and by some of these charlatans that they are evil spirits from your family. Many families have been divided right now because of these fake prophecies and these fake perceptions that have just been given to people that are gullible and to people that are believers. The reason why you don't have money right now is because you don't have a business. Man will not just flow into your bank account. Man will not just come from heaven as manna so that you can just be rich. There are procedures and there are steps and processes that you ought to take for you to accumulate or to attract all the finances that you need in your life. And all you need to do is to learn from those that have done it, those that have a blueprint, and follow those steps and procedures until you get that financial independence that you want. Some things don't have anything to do with the spiritual. Some things don't have anything to do with being prophesied to or having to apply oil for breakthroughs or for doors to open. There is no door that is open. No door is open by the virtue of it just being open. Every door needs to be knocked. And every door needs to be opened. The only one who has the power to open any breakthrough or any door for yourself is yourself, not a prophet, not a prayer. Nothing can substitute hard work. Nothing can substitute work. Nothing can substitute effort. Nothing can substitute commitment. Nothing can substitute resilience and persistence. If you wake up every day and you're going to church every day thinking that tomorrow your life is going to change, you're lying to yourself. Have you ever noticed, if you have noticed, that the prayer warriors in your church are the most people that are struggling in life? Those ones that you call intercessors that spend most of their lives praying on their knees down, calling names, speaking in tongues, are the ones that are going through the most. Their shoes, they have been finished. The soul is no more. Their clothes, they have actually accepted the limitations that they've placed around themselves. That our lives we shall live in prayer and we shall not work. God will open doors for us. God will never come from heaven to open a single door for any particular individual or for any particular believer. You open the door on your own. Africans, we need to be empowered. We need to start thinking on our own now. This thing of having these charlatans think on our behalf that God is going to bring down, a bowl of blessings on a silver platter to you. It's just a myth. It's just an illusion. That's not life. Let's come to grips with the reality that if you want to attain anything in life, you have to go out there and work so that you attain it. Spiritual, miracle money, it does not exist. Do as I say towels. Those are gimmicks. There is nothing like that. Anointing oil is useless. When I say useless, I mean very, very useless. Wristbands for protection are useless. Take them and throw them away. They are very, very, very useless. The stickers you put on your car so that you don't have an accident, they are useless. Take them out and bend them. The calendars that you have put in your house with the faces of your prophets and your prophetesses are useless. They are not doing any justice to your spirit. They are not doing any justice to your physical stature, or they're not attracting any blessings towards yourself. The only reason why these shrines have been put in place is so that they can just take money from you. These are money generating schemes. There is nothing that they want from you other than your money. These gentlemen are running business in the name of God. These gentlemen are just out there to rob and steal from you. These are the worst criminals that we have on this planet to date. There is nothing of God that is associated with these men that you call prophets. I don't know in what way I have to put this to you that is still subscribing to these charlatans, that is still believing a miracle, still believing for a miracle to come through these charlatans. It's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. And it's never going to happen. You are going to live the rest of your life with anticipation and with hope that will never be fulfilled, as long as you remain blinded and as long as you remain consumed to the promises that they give you. They are giving you promises, yet they are taking the money from you so that they can build things that are of value. What they come to you and tell you is your life is going to change. But for your life to change, give money. You give them that money, they are going to make their lives change. So wake up, Church of God. Smell the coffee. Depart from these charlatans. Start living your life in the context of reality, and start reading your Bibles and understand the scriptures and understand the reason why we are believers, the reason why we are disciples of Christ, and the rules and conduct and principles by which we must abide by for things to manifest into our lives. Things will not manifest with prophecy. Things will not manifest with prayer alone. Put together work, put together prayer, put together faith, and you will see the magic. With that being said, I'm out. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger. Check you out on the next episode.